somebody's asking me to write a script, so I'm going to, this is double click, or you can drag and drop this one. This is taken from MetaTrader's original pending order system, but I found a way to, OP means open position, and here's the size. This is going to be a 10K, and this guy's wondering if there's a way to have a drag and drop. Well, this is actually drag and drop or double click to open 4 trades using pip apart. Okay, well, pip apart really is for the limit grids of 1, 2, 3, 4 with different take profits. So I wasn't sure, but he says he wants to buy at the market. Now, if the guy that I was blasting about the bond market, which he's trading one contract, is $100,000 face value. If you go to an ECN broker, if your spread is half a pip, it's going to cost you $5 to pull the trigger on the spread, right? But I don't know. See, the problem is there's no flexibility in buying at the market. And I'm going to assume that he's buying at the market, right? Because he's so accurate because he's using Dom, and I don't know who Dom is. I'm hoping it's not a guy with a whip. But so this guy wants 4 tickets. Now, the way to write a script here is he wants 4 tickets, and what I don't understand is most cases, well, it depends how quick your broker executes, right? So if you copy this, now we have 4 tickets, and this is the reason why I'm doing this, is flexibility. If I really like to trade, like what I can't imagine is that anybody is so good at trading that they buy and the market never moves against them. They're so good. They've studied so hard. They have volume. They have pit view. They've got Barclays Bank guy on their lap. Who are these traders? Any professional knows this is a game of odds. Okay, you just can't. Even a race car driver, the highest end car. Oh, I'm going to win. Okay. So let's just take this down to 1Ks. Because if we don't go 1K, and you're welcome to hit this button twice and make it into an 8K, and if you wait another millisecond for the price to drop a half a pip, you can buy again. And here, you're not risking anything like $3. Okay. Let's assume the spread, you're trading the euro, right? Let's not forget you're so good at trading. Now, in this script here, we have an asterisk, which means I just edited it. Now we compile that. It'll compile just fine. There will be, it's when you go to launch it. You want to run all these in a demo first, unless you've already run it and you have confidence and you don't give a fuck, right? Especially with these. If you see a pending that's wrong, you know, I gave this stuff to somebody 2 years ago, and they immediately started trading. And I said, you don't understand. There's 10Ks in there. That size is so important. You know, you can make so much money. It's such a complex, deep subject. But people that come to trading bring their psychological issues along with them. Even if you convince them dollar-wise, they'd still want the other one. Now here I have buy at the market. I could put the size in here. I could put the stop and the take profit in there. But let's assume here that this guy wants to put in different targets. So he likes to swing trade 50%. So if he's going to go ratio of risk, these guys in Europe always invert the ratio. So he wants to risk 1 to make 2, 1 to make 4, 1 to make 8. I don't know, don't we all? With a smallish stop loss. Now you can put, and this is open at the market, so this is your stop, the first number. So if I made this a soft stop, if you're uncompromising, you have a hard stop, and you're just, like I said, you're so good at trading. Now, if you're going to buy at the market with this stop and you want to double your money, your first, and this is without the spread, or whatever happens, it's without the commissions for the guy that trades commission losses. Okay, let's double your money. Now you want to, with this stop here, to be in strict thing, instead of this being 120 double your money, this would be 240 or more, right? No, 240? I'm sure you can adjust the taste later. 220. 220 and 8 to 1. That's pretty, let's see. What's 8 times 8? 48? Okay, so let's put 48 in here. I think I only remember that from my times tables. I'd actually have to, if my math is so brutal, I'd have to go look that up. Please, I guess that's math is not my, I'm sorry. 8 times 8 is 64. I don't know how he's making this money. But, like, I've written scripts for people that don't want to take profits. I'm like, okay. Of course, here, okay, I can't see my keyboard. So this is going to make 64 pips with an 8 pip stop. Don't we all want that trade? It says 80, but this is a 5 decimal broker. And this, I always leave at 3. I have no idea the effect of that. I don't even know. Somebody had to explain that to me. So we're buying at the ask. You don't see the price for the ask. That's where we open the position at ask, and we have bid to bid. We have stop outs to take profits at bid. If you took profits at ask, if I put this 5 pips below ask, then the spread is taken off of this number. Whereas if it's below bid, the spread's added to this loss. In other words, the loss is built in when you pull the trigger off of this number. I don't know if it makes sense. It's very confusing at first. In other words, if you buy at the market, you're paying the ask. Okay, you're paying the ask, and this is the bid. So if you're going to have 5 pip stop added to this, as opposed to 5 pip stop added to this, then if the spread is this, then this is actually a 4 pip stop you're writing, where this is a 5 pip stop. And you're down the spread when you pull the trigger, if that helps. It can't, something so simple like that is disturbing. So, I mean, it's hard to think about. Now, he wants to make, and let's just assume, I'm going to have to use my calculator on this. So if you're going to go with a 6 pip stop, you go 6 times 4. I think that's 24. Oh, I got that one right. Okay. So it's because it's a wider stop. It's a soft stop on this. And I should be able to figure this one out. This might be the 48. Now this would be 7 times. Of course, I'm adding these ratios per ticket too, so you can see the complexity already. And this is only going to buy a 4K, very small. But you can have a hotkey keyboard that has market orders that end up to be 100K in the end, and there's all sorts of different widths of stoppage. Now let's take a look at what 7 times. Okay, he wants to make. I'm sorry, there's only 3 tickets. He wants to open 4 trades, but he's only got. Okay, well, let's just give a 6 to 1 ratio. 6 times 4 is 24. Okay, I guess I screwed that up. So we're going to give him a 6-1. He didn't list it, but he did have 4 tickets, and this would be the 6-1 here. So we have double your money, and then we have 6 times 4, and then with 6 times, we have 4 times, 6 times, 8 times. So this would be 42 pips. Now you compile that, and I'm using this as my multiplier of the stop. Okay, this is probably, I don't know where you find these opportunities on the chart, honestly. No offense, but this is kind of dreamland. But this happens occasionally. You'd have to be here to babysit this entry. You can't. This is not a pending. If you want this to be a pending order, then you go over here to the buy limits and you do the same math here. These are all the C1 through C10 keys in the thing I just published. So you're editing, these are double clicks, these are hardwired too. If you double click this, it's going to come in at, this is going to buy 2 pips deep. This to me is a progressive order. This is actually what I published. C2 key is going to buy. This guy's talking about this T-note trader that I was talking about last video. He's trading $15 a pip tick, and he says I'm martingale entering. Well, you can call it what you want. You're buying 2 pips below. You think the market could drop 2 pips when you drop this? He's amateur. I don't know why it pisses me off. It pisses me off because everybody's duped into this group think shit, and it's just so ridiculous, man. How's anybody? But I know the crowd, right? Safety in numbers, buddy system. That's why I don't go swimming, because you need a buddy. So this is progressive here. C2 key is, this makes more sense to me. This is higher probability. You're going to buy here 2 pips, 4 pips, 6 pips deep, and you're going to double your money, almost, double your money. More likely to happen. I'm sorry, what am I talking about? Now this is keeping the stop. You're going to buy 6 pips deep with 120, with a 12 pip stop. And here you're just going to scalp. And this is the big winner. Right? This is the big winner. These are the limits coming in. You're buying a 6 pip range. You think the market could drop 6 pips without going down 10 to 12 pips, and this guy's going to get in 2 pips deep with it's better than break even if the spread is 1 pip. Your stop's here and it's going to go up. A little dip and up, and if it keeps dipping 6 pips, you're giving yourself a little bit of room, and then it goes up, just in case you're wrong. This is going to make 3 pips from buying 4 pips deep with a bad ratio. So you're getting out along the way. What he's asking is to get in here with a tight stop and get in like this. That's it's rare on the charts. You have to babysit for that if you're going to pull the trigger. Now you could place a pending like that. You could place a dreamland limit grid in a zone here pocket, and to the guy that's the T-note trader, this might be astounding to him that you can make money off of 10Ks, which is $100,000 position. And, I know that he doesn't miss a trade, so it's different for him, but he's never wrong, and he's never in a loss on a limit. I just still can't get over that. But if the market came into your, and you're placing these at 1/10 of a pip apart, you can literally have a density order there, and you could slot it out. You could just, right, giving yourself a little bit of, maybe I'll be wrong by 3.5 pips, right? And then it goes up, and then you could have that, right? A limit order you could place in the market down at a key liquidity level, right on the wicks. And let me just go to the chart. to show you what I'm referring to there. Like here, this is a 5 pip window. You really want to get in hairy right here in a 9 pip window and cash out. This is break even. This is double, triple, quadruple, right? If you want to stay through, not to say you can't do that, but you can see how many type of fake breakouts to the downside. You'd be buying the fake breakouts, right? You're buying your market maker. You're buying liquidity. Sure, you could ride that out, but aren't you going to buy the same thing here and just do that scalp? Now, if you made these tickets bigger on the market order, trading at the market is, honestly, I'm just going to say, probably piss a lot of people off. It's for losers. It's for people that think they know where the market's going to go. They can predict to the pip, the 10th of a pip, the 0 of a pip. Right? They're so right. Been there, done that. Talk about making trading hard. But here, for instance, you would just buy, you could make these 10Ks. You could make this one, as soon as you make this a 2K, and then maybe you're going to tighten up the stop. But this is what it would look like. I think when you write a script like this, you think, man, how often could I do this trade? Well, you can see here that in the real world, to make 64 pips, you would have had to get in this trade down here. All right. This is probably about 50 pips. Boosh. Anybody buying here when it pulls back? That's counterintuitive. It's tough to buy that pullback. Okay. Look at the spikes on here. Look at the wicks on here. Here, 5 pip window. Right, 5 pip window. You're nailing it right here. 5 pip stop. Taking so many, and you're going to have so many places you can get back aboard before you're ever going to see your 64 pips. If you bought every, for the T-note trader, you bought, he thinks this is martingale. He thinks buying an area on the chart, on a 5-minute chart. Here, go to the 1-minute chart. It makes you feel better. I'm astounded. But this is what this is the 15-minute chart. Go to the 1-minute chart. Okay. I gotta get this volume off of here. I'm losing screen space. Okay. We don't care about volume. I don't. And I don't know who Dom is, but okay, this is maximum zoom out, 1-minute chart. Sure, you could have scalped the bottom became a top here, pull the trigger here and a sell. You could put a 1 pip stop on that. The spread's probably about 0.3 pips right here. You sell, you never realize your profit there. Max zoom out. So if I turn off the, oh, you don't have to, see, right here. So where are you going to do this trade? You got to babysit and pull the trigger right here. 5 pips up. 10, 20, 30, 40. No 60 pips. You could do that trade all day long. High frequency trade this. You're going to make your 10 pips. You probably won't see your 64. But anyways, you'll realize when you write these scripts, you write trade plans. That's what they really are, is trade plans. I can see the T-note guy is only trying to make 4 pips with a 1 pip stop if he trades with stops. So that's more realistic. 8 to 1. I think we all wish that. So here it is. It looks like that pretty much. I mean, call it what you want. This 15 minutes is inconsequential when you're buying at the market like that. So, yeah. Buying at the market is the C1 ticket on the video that's called Oh boy, risk planning and script writing. If you download the MT4 folder, it has inside there the scripts, and you'll see that's the next folder inside. And OP means open position, size. This is slippage, but it doesn't mean you're paying that slippage. It's just whatever the code was. I never changed it. People have messed around. It doesn't make a difference, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe it rejects the order if you put this in too tight. Maybe it's from the old day of requotes. I don't see any requotes anymore. 5 pip stop. I think it's better to buy one at the market for your ego. This could be a 10K, but you're going to just see your... Show me a guy that doesn't buy at the market and he's not in a drawdown. Show me this guy. I'd like to see this Tino trader trade. Right? He's already said he doesn't mind getting stopped out and buy it back and end break even at the end of the day. He's trading $100,000 face value T-notes. He's paying 0.3 pip spread. All right, you can do that easily, ECN. So, oh, the transparency, I forgot. So that's how that looks. There's 4 tickets here with 2 to 1, 4 to 1, 6 to 1, 8 to 1. And yeah, you're taking advantage of the high resolution trading. The idea that you're going to buy this $100,000 position and just keep nailing it all day long and scalping. $100,000 position with a 100 pip stop, do the math, right? You're going to ride this giant swing trade. I just watched this. Somebody sent me a thing. Hey, what do you think of Walter Peters? I think he's got his head up his ass. Well, I think everybody's got their head up their ass because he takes you through charts and he's talking about the stuff he's afraid of. And you can see that these guys, they just can't compromise. Uncompromising. They want to get in. One ticket. Oh, this looks like a good trade. How is that even possible? That you're going to be right 100% of the time. So this is the market order. I think it's better to buy at the market than you come in with this in case it pulls back 2 pips. And build a position. I think it's better to build a position and dump it. It's better to build a house and burn it down than to think you can build a house. You know, like, how much does it cost to build a house, like, boom, in one day? That. Could something possibly go wrong? And, of course, all these take profits here, you could make these 8 to 1. And maybe it does work. You can take a lot of stop outs, pay a lot of commissions, getting back in, right? So is it better to put a wide stop on one bond trade and not keep paying the commissions over and ride through the swing of a few pips? But people that are on the 15-minute chart, people who are short-term traders, and they're scalpers, and that's all they do, and that's the world they live in. I'm just trying to open people's eyes to another way of trading. Let their kids trade a swing account, right? Let your wife trade it. They trade better than you. I can tell you, women trade better than any man on the planet. You know why? Because they're gatherers. They can gather money. Men are hunters. They want to pull the trigger. I'm a sniper. You're a fucking idiot. A girl can sit there. You tell a girl, listen, put this order here. Oh, okay. She doesn't say, well, wait a minute. What's the commissions? You mean I got to pay a spread? Only guy would think of that. A girl's just going to say, oh, okay. Well, not every girl, right? But most women would just say, oh, yeah, I learned how to trade this thing, and it's crazy. I'm making money. They're not going to micro-think it. So it's a lot to consider, especially when you're writing a script. You'll see right there. Now this, you could have all of these buy limits engaged here, and this is the peppering of the chart. But this is one fucking click, man. If it drops 30 pips and I get filled on that, it's pennies from heaven, right? When the news comes out, we could drop 30 to 40 pips. But these are trade plans and strategies. I'm not talking about looking at some fucking volume and pulling the trigger like a crackhead on a 15-minute chart and being like, okay. You know, you might burn out doing that, right? You might run out of crack. Just saying. I'm trying to open people's eyes to implementations they've never thought about. It's a business. Inventory are your tickets. Level 2, there's a competition. I can't find it. Dual time frame price trader versus level 2, level 3, level 10, OT8 trader, right? He blows his doors off. The fucking guy that's trading level 2 is so concerned about, well, there's a big order down here and there's an order here. The other guy's trading. These guys waiting for this and that. This, oh, missed it. Oh, I guess there wasn't. No, gee. You can see the order flow. The order flow trader guys. It's all hindsight bullshit. You've got to dare the market. Step up to the plate. Put your fucking limits in there. You think you can predict the market? You should be able to predict where it's going to go so you can get tagged on a limit. It's the same as predicting where it's going to go when you pull the trigger like a monkey. So, seen it all, man. Seen all. I mean, I just see people's approach to the market. You want to trade around? You don't want to trade the market. Besides, you're not really trading the market anyways. You're trading your belief system. What you believe is possible. So anyways, for good or bad, here is the market order here. I'm going to try to post this as a comment back to the guy. Inside, sometimes, you know, you have to paste this code. I'm going to make this, I'm trying to paste this as a comment in the code. He may have a little problem. Oh, I don't know if I can paste this. I'm going to try it. Let's see here. Because some of these characters, YouTube says, oh, you can't type stuff like that. Here, let me see if that works. Okay, so I'll go back to the, hopefully this will work. Okay, it worked. Hopefully you'll get that. But anyways, I'm going to post a video for people that want to edit this thing and play around with their market psychology. Lives in these scripts. I mean, this is what you're dictating. They're called orders for a reason, right? You're ordering something. If I get the best price, unless you're so good at trading that you want to trade really big on a standard lot, and you should open a PAM account. You should be a zillionaire by now because you're just that good. Right? Anyways, this is these will double click and they will drag and drop, whereas the grid ones, the ones he's referring to, the pip apart scripts, are these. So this is a pending that's 5 pips from the cursor drop, and here you would change the global size here. So if you wanted each ticket to be a standard lot, you can only imagine what kind of, and make the ratios whatever you want here, right? This is 30 pips to make 80, and since this is going to buy 15 pips apart, it has a virtual 15 pip stop on this whole bank. And the market can plunge into this without stopping you out. You don't have to be accurate. Accuracy is built upon anybody in the Olympics at the anybody shooting the bullseye every time? Where are these people? Let's bring them into the trading world. See how they do. You're fooling yourself if you think that you can buy at the market all day long, big, with a 2-pip stop. You painted yourself into a corner, no flexibility. Size matters. That's what the hedge funds look at. They trade size differentiation, diffusion of size. It's not martingale. It's risk management, okay? But, you know, some people trade for entertainment, so what have you. There you go. Anyways, I posted the comment there, and I don't know what else to say. All right, thanks. Thanks for tuning in to the I'm a Pissed Off Script Trader.